வெளிகளில் இமயமாய் நிமிர்ந்து நிற்கும் உங்கள் RTV தமிழ். RTV தமிழ்.
வணக்கம் நேர்களே, இன்றும் உங்களுடன் நான் கௌரிசன் டர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நிகழ்ச்சியுடன் இணைந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றீர்கள். இன்றும் நான் புதிய சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் பேட்டியென இருக்கின்றோம். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை பார்க்கணும் என்றால் நீங்கள் ஃபேஸ்புக் மூலமாகவும் யூடியூப் மூலமாகவும் நீங்கள் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி செய்ய வேண்டும். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை ஸ்பான்சர் பண்ணுறார்கள் இன்று முதல் ஸ்ட்ரீம் யார்ட். அவர்களை தொடர்பு கொள்ள முடியுமென்றால் streamyard.com என்ற இணையதளம் மூலமாக திறந்து கொள்ளலாம். இந்த ஃபேஸ்புக், யூடியூப் மற்றும் ஈகிள் டிவி பார்த்த நேர்களுக்கும் வணக்கம். இன்று நான் பேட்டியில் இருப்பது ஒரு பாடகி. அவர் மாற்றுத்திறனாளியை சேர்ந்தவர், பார்வையற்றவர். அவரை நாங்கள் இன்றைக்கும் டர்னிங் பாயிண்டில் இணைத்துக் கொள்வோம். ஹாய், குட் ஈவினிங் Victoria, Rory.
Oh, hello. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for coming for my Turning Point show. And this show is broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, and also Eagle TV in Canada. And this show and all the shows sponsored by streamyard.com. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank God, yeah.
What did you say, thank God?
Well, in spite of everything happening in the world, to be well is a good thing, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, again, thank you for coming to my show. And we'll start with the questions to you. Can you tell me your full name for our viewers, please?
Yes, my name is Victoria Oruwari.
Okay. So where are you originally from, Victoria, if you don't mind?
Well, I come originally from Nigeria, from a place in Nigeria called River State. And I lived there for the first few years of my life, and I've been in England ever since, for over 20 years now. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So the personal question. So you're registered blind, is that correct?
Yes, I'm registered blind.
Can you tell me the cause of the blindness?
Yes, I had a detached retina as a result of some cataract operation not working out, but that was way back in the 80s. I also have something called secondary glaucoma. I think it's something that happens when the eye is traumatized by other problems, I think, or other problems in the eye.
Okay, that's good. And so is there any treatment going on for the eye issues at the moment, or you stopped?
Oh no, I'm totally blind, and I have been for over like 30 years. So I'm not having any treatments. The eyes don't hurt. Nothing is happening about it. No.
That's good. Are you taking any medication for your eye treatment or not? No. Okay. So, and tell us about your education, Victoria, please.
So, when I was very little, I went to a nursery school in Nigeria called Brereton Nursery and Primary, and that was when I was a partially sighted child. I used to wear glasses, and I went to that school until I was about 6.5. And I think I went till I was 6, because it was between the age of 6 and 7 that I had eye trouble. So I had to go and get lots of treatments. And by the time I was 7.5, I was totally blind. And I went to another school called Pacelli School for the Blind and Partially Sighted, which is like a really good school for the blind in a place called Lagos in Nigeria. And I was in boarding school for 5 years there. And then I went on to Queen's College, Lagos, which was a secondary school. It was mainstream, but it was one of those, it's like a grammar school, basically, really difficult to get into, and you have to do lots of exams. And I was there for 6 years. And then when I finished, I then came to England. I went to New College, Worcester, where I did my A-levels in English, sociology, and music. And then I went to Trinity College of Music, where I studied voice. I did a degree and I did a postgraduate. And I've been working as a musician for over how many years now? Over 15 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you graduate as a musician?
Well, my first degree, I graduated in 2005, but I did a postgraduate, which is where I specialize in my instrument, because the degree had a lot of academic work, but postgraduate, you could focus more on the performance side and all the practical aspects of it. So I did opera, musical theater, and jazz, and I graduated from there in 2007.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So can you tell us about your family, please, Victoria, if you don't mind?
Well, I have 2 brothers and 1 sister, both born by my mom, and my dad, on my dad's side, I think I have 2 brothers and 1 sister as well. They're all very grown up. I mean, I think I was a very, very late child. My older brother is about 12 years older than me. He's he's in the oil business, and my other older brother is in the oil business, and my sister is a lawyer, and she's now a writer. She writes a lot of books for both adults and children, with the aim of improving the English language in Nigeria. She's well known for doing all her books. Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
So all your family in Nigeria, is that correct?
No, my sister's in Nigeria. I think my brother might be in France, and my other brother is in United Arab Emirates.
Okay, that's good. So, as a singer, have you done any single or any album so far?
That's a very good question. I have dabbled. I've worked on albums, but I never released them because I'm always worried about sending the wrong message, because I can do so many different things, and I put my hand into pop music, I put my hand into classical, I put my hand into musical theater, and I'm always worried that when I release an album, is it representing me? And I don't think I've worked on an album that I feel totally represents everything that I do. So I have been working on different things, and hopefully one day I'll get something that I'm satisfied with, and I hopefully will release something.
That's good. That's good. I saw one of the social media update you did a couple of weeks ago about you done a remote show or something. Can you tell us about it, please?
Yes. The remote show I did was called We Ask These Questions of Everybody. It's with an opera company called Hera, and they were writing opera about a disabled woman's experience of applying for her PIP, which is personal independence payment, which most disabled people all disabled people in the UK are eligible for, but I think she had some trouble. And I think the whole opera was talking about all the difficulties that disabled people encounter when trying to do normal things in the world. And I was playing the role of the assessor, the person who was asking all the questions. And another lovely girl called Steph, she plays the harp as well, but she was singing in this opera, and she was playing the role of the disabled woman. And it was wonderful because we were working from home and recording via the computer. It was wonderful.
That's good. So how long was the show then? That show lasted?
It was about, the actual show is 50 minutes long, but it was left on air for 28 days. So from the 29th of January to the 28th of February. So it's all finished now.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so people are watching this show's Turning Point show. I'm Gaurisan Ratnaraja, and I'm interviewing Victoria Oruwari, is a opera singer, the blind singer, writer, and musician. And also, this show is sponsored by StreamYard.com. If you need any broadcasting done remotely, you can use the StreamYard.com using Facebook or YouTube. It's easy to use and easy to navigate. Um, uh, so, what do you think about your hometown? Will come to Nigeria. Can you tell me about the life for blind or visually impaired or any other disabled people in Nigeria? How did they managing and what kind of facilities they are getting?
Well, I can give you some information, but I haven't been back to Nigeria for over 5 years, and progress is very quick. Nigeria is doing the best it can to provide for all the disabled citizens of the country. But as you know, it is a developing country, it is not fully developed, and I think the resources that are around are probably not as well distributed as it could be. And which means, you have a lot of people who are very wealthy and a lot of people who are not so wealthy. So the infrastructure that is around to enable disabled people to lead a normal life is not always available in every part of the country. You can have it in some parts of the country. For example, Lagos is very well developed. Abeokuta State, I think, is very well developed, and Abuja is very well developed. But you cannot say Nigeria has 36 states, but you can't say that all the 36 states have everything to allow disabled people to be able to navigate the town easily. There are lots of very strong people who are pioneering charities. For example, the Nigerian Association for the Blind and the Anglo Nigerian Welfare Association for the Blind. They do a lot of things to kind of promote the welfare and the well-being of disabled people. There's also a friend of mine called Stephen Akinola. He works, I don't know if I've forgotten the name of his business, but he trains disabled people with IT, and he trains them how to use the cane. He has a little center where a lot of people can come to him to learn how to use the computer with JAWS, and some people also learn how to use the white cane. But what you also can remember is that Nigeria, the culture in Nigeria is very heavily weighted on encouraging ableist values, where the able-bodied person is valued more because it is assumed that the person who is able-bodied is more productive. So they put more investment in somebody who is able-bodied than it would be in disabled people. Now that viewpoint, there are a lot of people that are challenging that viewpoint and trying to let people realize that they're missing out on the talent of disabled people if they don't use them for services and get them to be involved in all the companies' areas of work that exists.
Yeah, okay. So that your friend you're telling, does he charge for the training for the jaw computer and training white cane, or is it funded by the government?
Oh, I think he's a charity in the sense that maybe he charges a subsidized rate and then people donate to the charity to subsidize the rest of it, if you see what I mean.
Okay, that's good. I think more heard in some churches they are producing like a Bible and everything in Braille format. Is that correct in Nigeria?
Yes, I mean the Torch Trust. I remember even when I was a little girl in Nigeria, I wrote to them to send me a Bible, and they sent me a Bible and a children's singing book with all the hymns that children sing. So the Torch Trust have been reaching out to a lot of people all over the world, and they reached out to Nigeria. I don't know which church. I'm sure there are some churches that are trying to put Bibles into Braille, but like I said, I haven't been to Nigeria for 5 years, so I may not have full, accurate information about that.
That's good. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So, have you learned Braille music when you were young, or when you came here, anything like that? You know Braille music?
Well, funny enough, my first saint music teacher ever in life was a blind um, musician back in Nigeria who was the head of our music department at Pacelli. His name is Mr. John Yakini, and he taught me the basics of Braille music. I remember learning how to play the piano when I was 8, and he taught me how to recognize what the note values were. But then obviously I left primary school and went to mainstream when I was 11, where there were not enough, the music teachers there didn't know anything about Braille music. So they just told me that I couldn't study music. So I had to focus on other things and forget about music because it was not an avenue that they could pursue for me. So it was only when I came back to England again when I was 18 that I got reintroduced to Braille music. But by that time, I think I'd forgotten some of the basics, but I got reminded again, and I was able to do my A-levels and then continue with my music.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, apart from music, do you have any other careers you're doing or studying?
Yes, I'm currently training to be a psychotherapist because I felt like, I'd worked as a musician for 10 years and I'm still enjoying it, but I felt like there's also another part of my personality that I've not been able to investigate and to find out a bit more about. So I enrolled in a college in 2017 to train to be a psychotherapist because it's a career that I wish to combine with my music. So I can, work part-time as a psychotherapist and part-time as a musician. And it's been a very interesting journey because it opens up a lot about my relationship with disability, but also my relationship with other people in the world and understanding things from their point of view, but also being able to, it gives me the language in order to allow to enable me to express myself so other people can understand me and meet me at my point of vulnerability when I'm feeling vulnerable. So it's been a very useful thing to do. I'm in my 4th year now. Hopefully, if I'm able to get all the working experience hours that I'm required, then I will graduate next year. But it's very difficult to get work experience.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Would you able to sing a song, one song for our viewers? Is it possible?
Yeah. I'm going to sing. Think of what I'm going to sing. When I'm asked to sing something out of the blue, I just I don't know what to say. I will sing. Maybe somewhere. There's a place for us. Or
Okay.
somewhere over the rainbow. Let me do somewhere over the rainbow because I don't remember the words. There's a place for us. Okay. We know the world is a hopeless jumble, and the raindrops tumble all around. Heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
Well done, well done. Excellent, excellent voice, excellent voice. It's quite high pitch, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Braille Translations. We have many years' experience providing Braille to our customers. Leaflets, signs, restaurant menus, or entire books. We're here to help. We can also provide Braille in many world languages, and no matter what the job, big or small, we can assist you with your needs. Please call us on 0800 019 0946 or visit our website at www.brailletranslations.co.uk. That's www.brailletranslations.co.uk.
A to Z Indian Grocery Free Home Delivery।
अब पाएं सभी भारतीय और श्रीलंका की ग्रोसरी, सब्जियां और सी फूड और भी बहुत कुछ सिर्फ A to Z इंडियन ग्रोसरी होम डिलीवरी पर, वो भी किफायती दामों में। और इतना ही नहीं, पाएं मुफ्त होम डिलीवरी पूरे नीदरलैंड में कहीं भी। तो देर किस बात की, अभी ऑर्डर करने के लिए या अधिक जानकारी के लिए संपर्क करें 0630824166 पर। अब A to Z इंडियन ग्रोसरी होम डिलीवरी के साथ अपना समय और पैसा दोनों बचाएं।
இணைய வெளிகளில் இமயமாய் நிமிர்ந்து நிற்கும் உங்கள் ஆர்டிவி தமிழ்.
ஆமாம் நேர்களே, மீண்டும் டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நிகழ்ச்சியுடன் சந்திக்கின்றோம். இன்று நான் விக்டோரியா ஒருவாரியை பற்றி கொண்டிருக்கின்றேன். அவர் வந்து singer songwriter and also she's going to be a psychotherapist, and this show is sponsored by StreamYard. If you need any broadcasting remotely done, you can contact streamyard.com. You can broadcast via YouTube, Facebook. You can broadcast LinkedIn as well. Victoria, thank you for the
Hi.
song. Thank you for the song. It's quite high pitch and very enjoyable. So this kind of song, how do you remember every words? You need to remember every songs, isn't it, when you're doing shows or anything like that?
Well, I must say, I don't always remember my words. So, for instance, when I was a lot younger and I wasn't doing many shows, I could remember all the songs I've learned. But as I got older and I'm learning so many different things for different shows, there are some songs that stay in my memory forever, like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Even if I was asleep and you asked me to sing that, I'll sing it. But if you had asked me to sing something else, you'd probably hear me say to you, I don't remember the words, because obviously my brain is full of another, I'm going to do a rehearsal for another work that I'm doing. And that's confidential, but I have to memorize the music for that. So right now, that's the music that's in my mind. But there's some songs that I just don't forget, no matter how long. So I'll always go to that one. So what happens before a show is that I will probably, like 2 or 3 days before, a week before, I have to refresh my memory of the songs. If it's something that I already know, I'll refresh my memory. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Mm.
So, yeah, I saw the YouTube video, some of your YouTube video. You've done the BBC shows as well. Can you tell our viewers about it? And you've done the talent show. Is that correct?
Yes, I did all together now with the BBC Remarkable TV. They're wonderful people. Yes, it was a lovely show to be on. I was one of the contestants, and I went and auditioned. Well, actually, I was invited to come and audition because I think they were scouting talent online, and I think they watched my videos and they thought I should come. So they emailed me, and I went, and I did the rehearsals with them. They chose the songs. We chose them together anyway, and then we went to the show, and it was very exciting. We got to meet all the other contestants, really nice people. I got through to the finals, and then I came third at the end of the competition, which was great.
That's good. That's good. How did the judges feel on that time? Because when they saw you as a blind person singing this kind of songs and everything.
They were very happy. I mean, it was the one place where I felt like my blindness was not an issue. They treated me just like anybody else.
Mm.
They were very positive, and they were positive with every single contestant, and they treated everybody with dignity and respect. I think it was an ideal environment to work.
That's good. That's good. So, did you go by public transport to the studio, or did they provide you
No,
the?
they provided me with a taxi for the studio, but obviously when I have to take the train, because we had to do some filming in Manchester, they provided me with a ticket to get a train. But I traveled on my own for all of it, and they had somebody meet me at the station, and they were very good. They took very good care of me.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. So, apart from BBC, have you done any other shows for any other companies, TV shows?
Well, maybe not. Well, I filmed a documentary with with Attitude TV way back in 2011, which is also on YouTube. It's called The Sopranos Colorful Sounds.
Yeah, I was watching that. Yeah,
And
tell me,
then
tell me about that one, please.
So that The Sopranos Colorful Sounds, I think, was about my life. They came to visit. Attitude TV wrote to me. They're from New Zealand, and they specialize in telling the stories of disabled people. And they do they travel all over the world to find disabled people who are doing things so that they can film them and talk about them. And they came to talk to me. They met my sister. They met my niece. And I took them around my favorite places in London, and they went to my old school and watched me have a singing lesson. And they would have loved to film me having a concert, but at that period I didn't really have any concerts planned, so that was a bit difficult. Well, that was the time I wasn't performing as much as I would have loved to. This was 2011. They were filming all of this, and it was interesting filming a documentary, because I came to understand that you have to kind of, they focus on what they can hear, but it's also focusing on what they can see. So I had to be mindful of where the camera is where I'm talking, and face the camera properly, and also be aware of when I say something and they ask me to say it again, to remember what I said so that I say it exactly the same way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lovely experience. And then they invited me to New Zealand to sing for their annual Attitude Awards, which I flew to New Zealand for 2 weeks, which was wonderful.
Yeah. New Zealand is quite a nice place. I went a few years ago as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah. And then recently, more recently, I was at the Royal Opera House doing a Christmas show.
Okay.
Way back in December 2019, when things were still normal.
Yep.
And we did a show for 28 days, and it was a Christmas story, which was really wonderful.
That's good. That's good. So, how do you cope during the lockdown period at the moment? I think they're going to release next couple of weeks. Lockdown is lockdown. How did you cope so far?
It was not an easy thing, lockdown. I mean, like for instance, organizing to do this show. Normally, I would call my PA or somebody, but this time I was by myself. I had to sort out all the lighting, make sure everything was fine. Not being able to go out alone as a blind person, because when you go out as a blind person, people come to you because they want to help. But obviously, we're in the era of social distancing, and they shouldn't really come to you because they could risk giving you the virus if they touch you. So I just decided not to go out anymore. So if either when my partner is with me or my PA, that I go out, and sometimes I just stayed with my partner in his house, because it was just a lot more easy, because I don't want to be traveling back and forth. He also didn't want to be traveling back and forth and not to break the rules, because we have to stay in one place. So I was staying with him, and he was remarkable at helping me around and making sure that my work and all my commitments, my professional commitments, did not suffer.
That's good. That's good.
Mm.
ஆமாம் நேர்களே, நீங்கள் பார்த்துக் கொண்டிருப்பது டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நிகழ்ச்சியின் மூலம் RTV மூலமாக டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நிகழ்ச்சியை பார்த்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறீர்கள். இன்றும் உங்கள் நிகழ்ச்சியை ஸ்பான்சர் பண்ணுறார்கள் streamyard.com. அவர்களை நீங்கள் ப்ராட்காஸ்டிங் யூடியூப் சேனல், ஃபேஸ்புக் சேனல் துவக்க வேண்டும் என்றால் நீங்கள் அவர்களை நாடலாம். streamyard.com அவர்களுக்கு நீங்கள் இணையதளத்தின் மூலமாக நீங்கள் அவையின் விடயங்களை அறிய முடியும். Are you doing any music at the moment? Last couple of weeks, or at the moment, are you doing rehearsing any project or anything like that?
I'll be rehearsing with British Power Orchestra, and at the moment they're actually making sure that everybody's safe and testing everybody for COVID and all of that to make sure that if we all turn up to the rehearsal, everybody's safe. And I've just been learning my music for that, which is exciting. Yeah.
That's good. When is the show is going to be? Do you know it?
I don't think I can say very much about it yet because I don't really know what the outcome of it will be. But we're all just going to meet and make some music together. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So, interesting question for you. How did you involve with Innovation Orchestra?
I met Balu at a workshop. I think it was called Show Me the Money, or no, maybe it wasn't that one. There was a workshop way back in 2011 at the RNIB, and I think Balu and Linda attended, but Linda was telling me that she was forming an orchestra of blind people. Would I like to join? And I said, oh yeah, that sounds like great fun. And she kept in touch with me, and we talked and, did lots and lots of rehearsals, and yeah, the movement started.
That's good. That's good. So, how many shows have you done so far with Innovation Orchestra?
Oh my god, that's a very difficult question. Maybe I've done over 20 shows with them, because I was one of the first 10 people to join with Takashi and Abby, and we were all there, and there was a tour that we did in 2014 or 2013, I can't remember. We went to so many cities in the UK and were very well received, and they were really happy times actually. And then there was also a film made about Innovation Orchestra, and no, I think we did a lot of. I can't count the number of shows I've done with them. There's so many. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I think the most recent one I did with them was at Christmas when I was with Balu and Ziad, and we did some carols from the living room, which was nice. Yes, I did. And I did a concert with Kevin Isabel in September with Innovision. That was at that lovely church, St. John's Cathedral. Was it Cathedral? St. John's in Waterloo. That was a lovely lunchtime concert. We did lots of musical theatre songs.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Can you able to sing any Nigerian song for our viewers and tell us about in translated in English? Is it possible? Any small one, doesn't?
Yeah. Okay. Let me think of the one I'm going to do. A really short one. Okay, I'll do one called Mafimi Tore. It's a prayer basically saying to God, don't give me as a gift. Don't use my life as, don't sacrifice me, basically. Don't sacrifice me, but keep me safe and keep me safe from the enemy. It's a very well-known prayer that most Nigerians always tend to say. And it goes like this. Mafimi toreo, mafimi tore, mafimi Vittore. And that's it.
Thank you very much. It's quite nice melody. Well done. So it's basically don't sacrifice me for the God, is that right?
Yeah, don't sacrifice me to the devil, basically. Ma fumi tore feshu, and don't make the enemy desire me, something like that. And then my soul protects me. Don't sacrifice me. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. This show is sponsored by StreamYard.com. If you need any broadcasting done, you can contact StreamYard.com. You can do broadcasting. You can do broadcasting in YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Where did you? So you studied classical music in UK, is that correct, or you studied in Nigeria first?
In the UK.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, as a disabled person point of view, what do you think about the normal society treating disabled people nowadays?
That's a very interesting question. I think you have two sides of the society: society that values every life, the parts of society that value every life, and the parts of society that value only lives that they deem to be productive. And I feel like in society generally, maybe, some people don't necessarily think that disabled people um, deserve to have an equal and normal life to every other person. And
Okay.
also, you have government policies that are made with the aim of saving money, but also in the process sacrificing the well-being of disabled people. So it's a very difficult one because in all the laws that you see on paper, disabled people are supposed to be well catered for. But in the reality of it, it's not always
This,
exactly as it is.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Similar to the getting any benefit or funding, like you said, PIP is quite difficult as well for disabled people to get it, isn't it? It's quite
Yes.
laborious, I think. Yeah.
The process can be quite laborious. People don't often get what they deserve because they if they don't know how to apply for it properly, they get turned down. So
Mm,
it becomes like a game, like who knows the answer. Whereas all we have to tell really is the truth. But if you have your truth and the government have their truth and your truth doesn't match their truth, then you have a problem.
yeah,
You know.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. So, so you did a couple of years ago. We did together inter-district project with Innovation Orchestra.
Yeah.
Um. So, how did you find the Indian working with in Eastern Asian, South Asian artists and working coming here and working with us? And how did you find it? Is it difficult to work with them, or how do you find it? Can you tell us?
I think the music that the Asian musicians do, the Indian musicians do, were really skillful and also very different from the music that we do as Westerners. But I think we blended very well and we made great music together. I think those musicians are really, they're beyond talented. I would say that they have a very significant level of skill that makes them above the average. And I think we were kind of in that genre of music, we were plunged in at the deep end. In the same way that somebody who sings, pop music would feel if they were thrown in with classical musicians. So it was different. But I think what I observed was that there was a lot of, kindness around in the way that they explain things and the way we kind of learned the scale, and worked together. And they were very friendly, really
Yeah,
nice people to work with. Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's quite a big project, isn't it? And we did
Yeah.
a tour to India as well. By yeah, it's quite a big project, and yeah. So we are coming near to end of the show now, and before we finish it off, what do you want to say to our RTV Tamil listeners, viewers? They are watching.
I want to say a huge hello. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you've taken a positive message away from this show. And I hope you tune in again, because Gary is going to be interviewing a lot more talented musicians as well, and people of different walks of life, and you get to see all the wonderful things that people here are getting up to. I wish you all well, and I hope that whatever you're doing, you're having a smile on your face and you're having a good day.
Thank you very much, Victoria, and also thank you, StreamYard team, to sponsoring the show for RTV Tamil, and thank you very much, everybody. I look forward to speak to you soon and speak to you next week. And thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you. இத்துடன் எங்கள் RTV தமிழ் டர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நிகழ்ச்சியை முடித்துக் கொண்டு மற்றும் ஒரு வாரத்தில் மீண்டும் ஒரு சிறப்பு விருந்தினரை சந்திக்க இருக்கின்றோம். அத்துடன் விடைபெறுவது உங்கள் கௌரிசன் ரத்னராஜா. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Welcome to Braille Translations. We have many years' experience providing Braille to our customers. Leaflets, signs, restaurant menus, or entire books. We're here to help. We can also provide Braille in many world languages, and no matter what the job, big or small, we can assist you with your needs. Please call us on 0800 019 0946 or visit our website at www.brailletranslations.co.uk. That's www.brailletranslations.co.uk.
A2Z Indian Grocery Mobile Shop.
உங்களுக்கு தேவையான அனைத்து விதமான இலங்கை மற்றும் இந்திய மளிகை பொருட்கள், மரக்கறி வகைகள், கடல் உணவுகள், இறைச்சி வகைகள், பிரபல்யமான அனைத்து பிராண்டுகளிலும் மிகவும் மலிவான விலைகளுக்கு நெதர்லாந்து முழுவதும் இலவசமாக வீடுகளுக்கே வந்து விநியோகிக்கப்படும்.
தொடர்பு கொள்ள வேண்டிய தொலைபேசி இலக்கம் 0630824166. A2Z Indian Grocery Mobile Shop.
இனி நேரமும் மிச்சம்,
காசும் மிச்சம்.